Hello, my name is Thomas Noonan and my word is global. Out of all the people in the world, the people who need to know the definition of this word the most are those who live in the United States. Ever since the birth of our nation, Americans have held the reputation of being very egocentric, to the point where they created a word to define the devotedness of Americans to their country: patriotism. This word has created a truly beautiful country that is often swollen with pride. However, this sometimes can be the fault of Americans. Since we as a country have such a large hubris, we sometimes forget about the countries that we share the rest of this blue marble with. The main contributor to this fact is that geographically we are located in a place that is only surrounded by two different cultures. One that we completely block out and prevent from intermingling with our country and culture, and another that might as well be a part of our own country. Our country may be considered the cultural melting pot of the world. However, when something is melted, it becomes the sum of its parts, making it into a completely different entity. Whereas the entire continent of Europe has multiple separate entities that have defining features that make them their own. Thus allowing people that are traveling throughout the continent to tell where they are just by the language, architecture, and cultural differences. Now, I'm not expecting the 50 states to disband from each other and create their own societies and cultures, but I think that the country should look at the 4,000 plus subcultures that exist within its own borders. Universities. Universities like the University of Nevada, Las Vegas exude the meaning of the word global, and are global centers for progress and diversity of thought. Someone who has spoken on the university's global spectrum is NYU's president, John Sexton. NYU has long held the reputation of being the global network university, with 11 campuses in major metropolitan cities ranging from Shanghai to London to Buenos Aires. John Sexton once wrote in his opening paragraph of his Global Network University reflection, "The joy of discovering new worlds and new peoples is as old as Herodotus, and such encounters always have shaped our world and worldview. Today, globalization in many forms washes like a flood over cultures and economies. Floods can be destructive, but they can also bring blessings, as the annual floods of the Nile sustained the brilliant civilization of ancient Egypt." I will argue that great universities, and especially those that reshape themselves as what I call global network universities, can influence globalization positively and thereby fostering the advancement of humankind in special ways. This global mindset is beginning to spread to top-tier colleges around the country, including UNLV. Recently, UNLV opened a campus in Singapore and is looking to possibly open one in the Middle East. If UNLV and other universities around America continue to instill this mindset into their students, there is no doubt in my mind that the United States will inherently learn the true meaning of what it means to be global and create a country that is full of global citizens.
What does it mean to be a global citizen?
To me, being a global citizen is understanding that everything's connected.
Making decisions based on the good of everyone, not just ourselves.
I am a global citizen.
Only one planet.
Loving people is the best way for you to be a global citizen.
If we know that we belong to the same humanity, then we are brothers.
Everywhere is my country. I am a global citizen.
Depending on where a child is born, the access to basic human rights is so different.
We can't limit our concern to national boundaries.
We live in a world that is inescapably connected. What we do in one place affects someone on the other side of the world.
I am interested in developing humanity, no matter where they are found.
Ending extreme poverty.
I think that it is possible. Everything that has a beginning has an end.
We have the energy to do it. We have the skills to do it.
What we do does really make a difference to other people. I am a global citizen.
Each person must have something to contribute to make the world a better place.
That world has a lack of extreme poverty. That world protects and sustains the environment. That world is about equality. That world is about access. That world is about justice. That world is about freedom. That world is about health.
we should have a world by now where every child is born with the same rights to life.
What follows is a video showing what it means to be a global citizen.